Welcome to the Morning Sanity Check, where we talk about the different pillars of resilience: spiritual, physical, social, and mental. Join us so we can talk about it, then be about it. Let the show begin.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Sanity Check. My name is Seth.
And I'm Camille.
Yes, and we are here to help you get your life situated. If it's already situated, we can always have a friend that you can lean on, okay? Especially in these times right now. There's so much going on right now, and it's imperative to have some positive affirmations and positive reinforcements as far as, you know, friends and individuals you can count on. And that's why we are here. So if you're joining us, say good morning if you're on, and if you're on Facebook, make sure you go to StreamYard.com/Facebook so that your comments can come up and be live, and share everything, right? Because we want to make sure this is, we get the most information out there as much as possible. So how's everything going for you, Camille?
You know, it's a 2020 week going on. Hey, Tiva. But, you know, I'm here as always. This is what this is about, building resilient minds so that when things do happen, then we can still get through life and appreciate what we do have. And, you know, we deal with the issues that are going on, but we learn how to press through. So it's been one of those weeks where I've had to put a lot of those skills in motion and make sure that I'm still, you know, doing well. So
yes, absolutely. Same here. And, you know, with this year going on, and I want to say good morning to everyone, but with this year, it just seems like it's been a roller coaster ride, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm like, okay, where does the brakes come? You know how the roller coaster, you go in and you're like, okay, then it starts to pull on back. You're like, okay, cool. It's about time to get on off this joint. Listen, it's just November. I know we only have a few more weeks and everything, but goodness gracious, this is something awful. However, if you're waking up this morning and you're seeing our beautiful chocolate faces, that means that you're blessed. You get what I'm saying? Because no one said you had to wake up this morning, but you did. So that means you have something else to do. Right on. So good morning. Good morning. Oh, and by the way, too, I just wanted to give a quick shout out for those of you that don't know. Camille and I, we're putting together a webinar to help coping with COVID. So if you look in your chats right now, you will see a link. All right, a link to register for that webinar. Camille, you want to talk a little bit more about that?
Yes. So it's called Coping with COVID. And it really is, you know, this is a stressful time for everyone. We are learning how to navigate in a way that we've never had to navigate before. We have the stress of children being at home. We have the stress of teleworking. We have the stress of not being able to go the places that we want to go or see family members the way that we want to. And so we want to give you guys some tools just to get through that, you know, reshaping and reframing your thinking, and also some tips and tools to get you through that. So we are having it at a very, very special price. And when I say special, I mean super special. So check out the link, go to it. And, you know, I hope you guys join us. We really want to give back in a way that, you know, really helps everybody get through life right now, because it really is. 2020 has thrown all the punches. OK, all the punches every time we turn around. But like Seth said, we're still here and we still have a chance to do something different. So please join us in this webinar. And if you know somebody, and it's limited to 30 people. So we have some slots left, but please take the time to sign up. And we hope to see you on the webinar. So, and share it if you like. If you know somebody who's going through, share that.
Absolutely. And also, too, this is a great time to roll into some other good news. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new sponsor. So and I'm going to give you guys a little glimpse, not even a glimpse, but the promotion for them. However, if you have any aspirations of having your own business and going into 2021 better than you did here in 2020, I highly suggest you to give this company a once over. Okay, so stay tuned. We will be right back.
Integrity Consulting and Professional Services, LLC, is a minority, female-owned, nonprofit management consulting agency located in Humble, Texas, north of Houston. The owner, Jackie Dozier, has over 36 years of nonprofit and for-profit business management experience. She can take your idea from thought to manifestation while offering a myriad of services to help you successfully manage your business along the way. Her services include state filing anywhere in the United States, getting your employee identification number and 501c3 tax determination, providing cooperative and service agreements and mandatory documents, one-on-one grant writing training and consultation, board and staff development, and more. Ms. Dozier's clients include the U.S. Departments of Health and Human Services, the Administration of Children and Youth, U.S. and Caddo Parish, Louisiana Departments of Education, and the list goes on. References are available. Check her out on our Facebook page, Integrity Consulting and Professional Services, LLC, and contact her by email at integrityconsultingpsllc@gmail.com. Rates are competitive. Say you heard about her on Sanity Check for a 5% discount. ICPS, providing all of your small business and grant writing needs with integrity and professionalism.
All right. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. What you think, Camille?
That was awesome. Yeah, we're trying to do it up for our sponsors. You know, we have a lot of people that are on here that come and see. So if you have a small business or a business and you want to be showcased on Sanity Check, please, you see what the quality is like. Come on, join us.
Yes, absolutely.
And thank you to all of the sponsors, present and past. We appreciate your support.
Absolutely, absolutely. And just to let you guys know, we couldn't do what we do if it wasn't for you. Right on. So let's get it in and let's get it rolling. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we kind of talked about this morning about, just being happy, and not necessarily being happy, but let's be realistic, if that makes sense. So this is the sanity check, but we have to make sure we prepare ourselves first thing in the morning, first thing in the morning with words of affirmation, and surround ourselves with either positive thoughts, positive people, or positive tools. So this morning we're talking about the purpose reflection morning. All right. So what do you think about this, Camille? How important is this, you believe, to you?
It really is super, super, super important. So there's a few things that, I just kind of, in my journey for my purpose, that I, came across, read, that I implemented in my own life. And so I really want to share that stuff with you. So the first question that we're going to talk about is, why are you? And I know that sounds kind of weird, like, why are you? It's like, because I am. But it really is a purpose reflection question. And so I took the time to break down that question, because it's easy to go, why are you? Well, just because, my mom and dad, had me or whatever. But it really means, like, the word why is for what reason, cause, or purpose, right? The reason, cause, or purpose. A reason means a basis for cause, as for some belief, action or event. And then cause means a person or thing that acts, happens, or exists in a way such that some specific thing happens as a result. They're the producer of the effect. And then purpose is the reason for which something exists, is done, or is made, right? So really, 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 and that's that singular form of to be, right? The person being addressed. So the question really is asking you, what is the basis for your existence? What specific thing will happen as a result of your being? Or what effect will you produce as a result of your being? So when you see the question, why are you? It seems so simple, but it's actually very, very deep. What is the purpose for your existence? What is the basis for it? Why were you created? What were you put here to do? And everyone has a purpose. Everyone. So, just with that, being, it's like part of it is really exploring and discovering your gifts and your talents. But for me, I don't believe that your gifts and talents, your purpose is just for you. I don't think that there's a self-serving purpose, a reason why, any of us are here in and of ourselves. It really is a communal thing. Our purpose is typically connected to other people, and then it grows from that connection to other people. So, when we see a lot of people who, are depressed and are sad and things like that, and they often ask, why am I here? Like, with all this stuff going on, what is the purpose of me being here? And it's like that question of why I'm being here. That question is really what somebody said was a crisis of purpose. And it's a symptom of isolation. We are meant to be connected. We are, social beings, and everybody brings something to the table, to this world, to this earth that another person can't bring at the time that they were designated to do it. So really that question, what is the basis for my existence? What specific thing will happen as a result of my being? And then what effect will I produce as a result of my being? Mm-hmm. So it says, I read a quote, and it says, he who has a why to live can endure anything. Mm-hmm. He who has a why. And I know oftentimes we go and it's like, what is your why? And everybody's like, what do you mean? What is my why? It's a really, really hard question to answer sometimes, mm-hmm. especially when you haven't found what your purpose is. And you're like, well, I'm just here, I'm working, I have kids, I'm married or whatever. But what is your why really is the basis for your ability to push through anything. When you know your why, you know your purpose, you have something to do, and nothing will stop that, And so it's just really the first, knowing your why is really the first step in figuring out how to achieve the goals. That get you going, what excites you, what makes you enjoy life, what gets you going, ticking, and all that kind of stuff. So knowing your why are you? What is the basis for my existence? Mm-hmm. The purpose for my being? What thing am I supposed to do while I'm here is super, super important.
Right.
And then on the flip side of that, like if you don't know who you are, you'll be waiting for someone else to define you. And if you don't know who you are, how are they supposed to know who you are?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's the one thing that you have the answer to on the inside. So, I always say I was created on purpose for a purpose, mm-hmm. And I want to live out the rest of my life fulfilling my purpose.
Right.
Because I really don't want to, die, not doing that thing that I was supposed to do. And mm-hmm. they say, like, what does it say? The richest, I think I've said it before, but the richest place on earth is the graveyard. Mm-hmm. Therein lies all the unused gifts and talents and purpose of all these people who never took the time to really find out, who they were and what their purpose really was in this earth.
That's right.
And so can you imagine, if you're just going along life, can you imagine how many people have done the same, but have been gifted, with the ability to literally change mm-hmm. the world?
That's right.
So
that's right.
That was one of the things that stood out to me in that question. Mm-hmm. What is my basis of existence?
Right. Right.
Yep. So how about, when was there a purpose where you a time in your life where you just said, what is my why? When did that happen for you, Seth?
Well,
I know when it happened for me, but I want to know when it happened for you.
So I think when it happened for me, I think it happened for me when I got tired of asking why. If that makes sense, because if you understand that life is a journey, not a destination, it's the things that you go through that is actually creating who you are supposed to be. So if you think about it in retrospect, I would not be the individual that I am if I did not go through the test of time from the past to bring me to this position. However, I had to really stop asking why me and why not. And then I was able to see why for, if that makes sense, because it's individuals out there that can truly use what I have. And so, like, to your point, those gifts that people die with, it's an old African proverb that says when an elder dies, it's like a library burning to the ground.
Yes.
So we all are walking libraries. We all are walking testimonies, you know, as far as life. So I think I stopped asking why and start looking and reflecting like, man, right? So people say, you know, look, God got me through this. So of course, you know, I'm built for this, but we're able to say, hey, if I'm built for this, I know for sure you are built for it. So I believe part of my why was when I saw the light that I was able to spark in others based off of the light that was inside of me that I had to recognize first. Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we're talking about as far as the purpose, reflecting and asking yourself these questions, but knowing the answer and looking for the answer. Right. So when was your time?
So I had, it was kind of like you. It was that I was searching for something. You know what I mean? I was tired of asking why. I was tired of not knowing, because I remember like, oh God, like all of this can't be for nothing.
Right.
Please tell me that I have not gone through all of these things in my life for nothing. I'm tired. Like I really want to see, like, please say that this is for something,
right.
You know? And so I was about 38, 39 years old. I was probably 39 years old. And I just was really in this thing. And so I got to reflecting, you know what I mean? Like, please, all the things that I've done, all the things that I've been through, they can't be for me, because the way that I'm feeling in them, there's no reason, like it wouldn't serve me any purpose.
Absolutely. But
I also feel like after doing all of this reflection and everything, and I'll talk about how the stuff came to me in a later question, but I really was like, all of that stuff, I don't think that well, here's a different way to reframe it, that the experiences made me. I feel like I was already birthed with this purpose. And it took those experiences to bring out the thing that I needed to walk in that purpose.
Absolutely.
So, you know, it was already there, but it took those experiences. I had to learn the lessons. I had to gain the knowledge. I had to know what it felt like to go through to be impactful.
That's right.
In the area that God, I'm a woman of faith, so
right.
the area that God purposed for me. And so it took some things, and I also think that, you know, maybe I went through a little bit more than I had to, because I'm a stubborn person, you know, and a little hard-headed. But all of that really knocked the dust off and kind of refined me. And, you know, I can see both sides of things, but it was because other people needed me in the situations that I went through.
Absolutely.
And I was able to speak that language and speak, you know, into the heart of that person because I had gone through the fire.
Gotcha.
You know, so I knew I believe now that the purpose is born with you.
Yes.
You know, it's created with you, but it takes the experience and it takes those things to pull that thing out of you.
Got you.
Yeah, you can stop it, or, you know, you can accept it and walk in it. So, you know, two sides of the same coin, but just, you know, a different perspective.
Yeah, absolutely right. And so that's the key, ladies and gentlemen. And then if you don't know your why, you really will continuously go through those same things. It's a cycle, and you're going to keep you're going to stay on that hamster wheel until you get it. You understand? And so, and it's okay. That's what life is about. But if you guys are understanding this and love this, please give some hearts, and share. I see you guys are watching, which is good. We appreciate it, but please share it. It's only going to take 2 seconds. And then if you are, in fact, on Facebook, please make sure that you go to StreamYard.com/Facebook so that your comments can be up. All right. And so we can see it and we can stay engaged. So the next one we're going to talk about is, why do you get up in the morning? Sound kind of silly, right? Because some individuals may feel, and before I understood this, I was like, well, because I have to. If not, I would not be able to work to bring money into the household and all that. No, it's deeper than that. It's deeper than that, because you can do that without having a purpose. Keep that in mind. You can do that without having goals and aspirations. You can do that.
Absolutely.
You can get up and go to work without thinking about the individuals that's depending on you, right? And you can do that without understanding that you have something inside of you that you're not utilizing. Right on. So that's the deal. And like I said earlier today, No one said you had to wake up this morning. Who told you? So when you laid down last night, you say, okay, yeah, I'm going to talk to you tomorrow. How you know you was going to talk to them tomorrow? You understand? So first of all, understanding that you're blessed. Yes. And blessed transcends past religion. It's about being grateful. You understand? And it's about honoring the fact that you are able to breathe or take another breath. Right. So why do you get up in the morning? So I want you guys to take this information and write this stuff down. Right. Just let us know if you're writing it down. Hashtag write down or written down that you're writing this stuff down, because these are words and questions that you can ask yourself to give you a little bit more zeal in the morning. Right. That can be equated to your passion. So what about you, Camille? What do you think about that? Why do you get up in the morning?
I know why I get up, because every day for me, now that I am clear about my why, and I told you guys, I said that I was created on purpose for a purpose, and I want to live out the rest of my life, fulfilling that purpose. Now that I know that, every day that I wake up, I know that that's another chance to impact or to gain some knowledge that's going to help somebody else. And I keep saying that I pad my resume, so to speak. You'll hear me say that in different areas of my life, but I pad my resume so that when an opportunity comes or when someone comes to me in need, I'm prepared. Nothing is by luck. It's that, opportunity. I say opportunity and positioning and preparation is what luck really is. But when those people come and they say, hey, Camille, or hey, Sergeant Thomas, or hey, whoever, I'm going through this. Do you have something? I've done the work. And I prepared, and I'm like, yes, this is what God made me for.
That's
and
right.
It's my opportunity to pour into someone else who may be struggling with their why.
That's
because
right.
Like I said, I was 39 years old before I really, conclusively decided or found out what my why was.
Yeah.
I knew I was good in some areas and, things like that, but I didn't know why I was created. I'm very clear on that. And I want to do it as often as possible because I want to leave here empty.
That makes sense. And it's almost like when individuals say, I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. You ever heard that?
Right? I used to say it.
Right. And so I want you guys to think about this, ladies and gentlemen, everybody that's out there. Let me know if you can dig this. You understand what you want to be when you grow up, when you glow up, if that makes sense. You understand? It's when you get that epiphany, like, oh, this has been here the whole time. It's been in your face, dancing the whole time, waiting for you to accept it. Yes. Keep in mind, a lot of the things that we are meant to do and meant to be, not only were we already meant to do that when we were born, but when we were younger and we didn't have the insecurities, we didn't have social media, we didn't have unnecessary problems and fears and anxieties. When we were younger, didn't have all that mess, we knew what we wanted to be then.
Yep.
Yeah, if that makes sense, ladies and gentlemen, understand, we let society and other doubts and experiences kind of put a facade in front of our true self. So you can't grow up and be something in someone if you don't know where it's coming from. So once you grow up, glow up, then got it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes those experiences to have you wake up and open up that third eye. You dig what I'm saying? Because it's been sleeping. It's been nodding off. You see, that you done forgot about yourself, right? Yeah. And then you can say, you know what? I always like to do this. Why don't I do this? And the thing is, when you truly are being who you want to be, you will see that it's not about you in the first place. Right on? Because you're able to help other people. That is your purpose. How can you help other individuals, right? By being who you are authentically.
I'll
Right.
say this, and I was going to say that as I was listening to you, but when I teach like a purpose, course or whatever, and then during our resilience, and I'm like, who told you couldn't be that?
That's right.
You know, when you were a kid, I would go around, when you were a kid, what did you want to be when you were a kid? You know, why did you want to do that? Oh, because I was good at this and this and that. And it was, remember when we did hand-me-down emotions?
Yeah.
You know, and it was other people's fear or other people's doubt,
Absolutely.
other people telling you what you couldn't be because you couldn't afford it, or you weren't in a position to do it, or whatever, that created those barriers in our mind that said, that's too big for me. Let me just come back in this little box that everybody said that I belonged in. And so oftentimes our purpose has been there, you know, but nobody cultivated that and cultivated the drive to get there. And so we've settled for much less than we ever should have settled for.
That's right.
You know, and so with that being said, too, you know, it's like we have to, like Sunita said, we have to really be careful what we train and teach our children. You know, we can't say, oh, you want to be astronaut? Oh, that's just crazy. Ain't nobody going to the moon. Well, there's been tons of people that have gone to the moon. And you can get there, too, if you put in the work to do that, if that's truly what your heart desires, you know. And to the other point that you said, I had to really kind of sit back, and I was like asking people like, well, what am I good at? You know, I had to step outside of myself, and I had to say, what is it that makes me tick? You know, like when do I seem like I'm, you know, really at my best? And people were like, oh, you're good at this, and that. And I realized that that was a thing that has always driven me.
See,
but I never really put a name to it, because then I said, it still doesn't really, well, it does have a name now, but you know, at the time I was like, I still don't know what that is going to look like. You know, when I get older, what am I going to be when I get older? I don't know what that's going to look like. But then I just started writing stuff down. And I was like, you know what? I'm good at all these things, and kind of connecting the dots and here's the other thing. When we talk about purpose and stuff, we have these grand ideas about, or these boxes, categories.
Right.
And so we have a drive to do something, and we may like an area, but what we do is we think that it's only that. And I'm like, no, that's not what it is. There are so many subcategories in those categories, you know, big categories. And you have to find the one or the niche in there that belongs to you.
Right.
So, you know, you might be working in the wrong part of a field, the wrong part of the right field.
That's
you
right.
know what I mean? So you have to explore that a little bit more. But yeah, we do need to stop.
So I
pigeonholing our kids.
Yes, I understand. And not only not pigeonholing our kids, but stop pigeonholing ourselves. And what that can come into, or what that can look like also, is having the right conversations with the wrong people. Hold on, let me say that one more time if y'all can dig that. Sometimes you can't have the right conversations with the wrong people. Can y'all dig that? So the conversations that we do have that is of life to us, right? That is of life to us. We have to be cognizant of the individuals that we include in that conversation, because we can take on their own insecurities, and then so it will almost detract us from our purpose. And guess what? Our purpose is why we woke up in the morning. Can you dig it? I don't know if y'all can feel that. But before we go to the next topic, I want to say good morning to everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Please share this. Look, if you can dig this, please share this. All right. And it's very important that we get this information out there, because people need this. There's individuals right now that is up in their 40s, 50s, maybe 60s, still don't know what they want to be when they glow up. Okay? When they glow up.
And it's important to have the different conversations with different people, because to the other side of yours, you can never have the wrong conversation with the right person.
No, exactly.
You know, expand your circle.
You have to.
You have to find those people who are going to push you and pull that out of you.
Yes.
So that's very important.
And those individuals that can be honest, because to your point, when you're talking to people, you have to be willing to truly listen. Right? Because when you say, hey, what am I good at? Ask those individuals that can give you a 360 view. That means that they're able to give you different answers based off of how they see you in different parts of your life. So listen to them. Don't discredit, oh, they don't know what they're talking about. I don't like that. You didn't ask them that. You understand? You ask them, what do you think I'm good at? And listen to what they say. Oh man, you know, you can do this, man. You did this great. And in your mind, you minimize it. You might say, wait, no, that was whack. I ain't. Shut your mouth. See?
Yes.
Shut your mouth. Somebody go tell you. Then what's going to happen is they going to stop telling you.
Yes. And then the other thing is that thing that usually comes very easy to you is probably part of your purpose. You know, we always say, oh, that's just nothing. You know, that's easy. That just comes to me. I didn't have to work for it.
Right.
Well, that's what you were designed to do.
Right.
That same thing that comes so easy to you could be such a struggle to someone else because that is not their lane. That's
right.
not what they were created to do.
Right.
You know, so stop minimizing those things. And I did the same thing with myself. Not like, oh, that's nothing. That's nothing. And then somebody else had to tell me, no, we can't do what you do.
Right. And that's huge.
You do it so easily because this is what you're created for. And one guy I taught a class, he said, I think you missed your calling.
See?
And I started laughing. And I said, no, I'm about to walk into it. You know, I was in the military and everything like that, but I was in that transitional stage. And he recognized that. And then another person said it. And I was like, bingo, I know I'm here.
Absolutely.
You know, this is what I was created to do. So
absolutely. Yeah. You're absolutely right. So, but look, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a little pause for the calls. But if you appreciate this, if this is really hitting those bells, please let us know in the comments and also share this, right? Because it's very, very important that we spread this good news for the world to hear. And we will be right back.
If you're looking to buy or sell anywhere across the 50 states, contact Jamila Seals. Jamila is a realtor with Keller Williams Marquis who exudes credibility, commitment, and determination while serving the Metro East and Scott Air Force Base, Illinois areas. Her warm and friendly approach, combined with unparalleled communication skills and enthusiasm for helping others, allows her to connect and provide clients with the best possible service and experience. There are 3 things she does with and for her clients. First, negotiate deals for you. This means she'll treat your money like it's her money. Second, guide you through a simplified process, which means she'll provide sound advice to ensure you make an informed decision in identifying or choosing the right house for you. And last but not least, creative marketing. She'll provide a cutting-edge marketing plan that's tailor-made for you. Bottom line, she's going to get the job done properly and not let you down. So if you're searching for your new dream home, give Jamila a call today at area code 618-202-8751. Again, that's 618-202-8751.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. And again, please give Miss Jamila a call. She has been helping individuals around the Scott Air Force Base and around to help them get into their home. So we want to welcome you back. We're talking about the purpose reflection and how to do that, right? But before we go into the next topic, I want to make sure you guys do know that we have a webinar that we will love for you to join us in. It's going to be on the 20th, okay? The 20th of November. And if you look in the comments, you will see it there. This is a way that you can register. Please register. It's going to be a great time. And we're going to go in deep in more of an intimate setting to talk about tools and skills to cope through COVID. And even if you feel like you got it all, A, you can always learn more, and B, you can help by sharing this information with someone else that don't have it all. Okay, so ultimately that's what we want to do, and we want to help and share this type of these skills, right? Because it's not easy, and this is the first time individuals, actually all of us, have been going through this, but they're subject matter experts that can help you maneuver and navigate things so that you can cope through it, and so you can rise above it all. You understand? And again, we want to say good morning to everyone that's on Facebook, right? Say hey. And if you have not, go to StreamYard.com/Facebook so your comments can be uploaded. Right on. So going back to you, Miss Camille, you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
All right.
So we talked about what keeps you up in the morning, but I'm going to talk about what keeps you up at night. All right. So I'll talk a little bit about when I was searching for my purpose. When I started listening, and not just to other people, but to myself, really paying attention to what made me tick, what, really gave me a sense of fulfillment every day. And I decided one day, I was like, like I told y'all, I'm a woman of faith. So I was like, God, please tell me, like, I want you to sit down on my bed. I want you to look me in my eyes, and I want you to tell me, Camille, I created you for this. Of course, that didn't happen. So didn't happen at all. But what did start happening was in my dreams before, it kept me up. I had these visions of things that I started dreaming about it. And I was like, I woke up in the middle of the night one time and I was like, let me say this. I'm not endorsing anything or anyone. I'm telling you my story. And this is the honest to God truth. So years ago, I had taught John Maxwell. I had got certified in a course to teach as a top 3 vice president at the time, I think it was. And so I started dreaming of this. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And so then I woke up the next day and I got on Facebook. You know how we do in the morning, check the time and then go to Facebook. Mm-hmm. And his ad popped up. And I was like, that's weird. I called my mom and I told her. So then I went back to sleep again and it happened again. And so I was like, I don't know if this is odd or coincidence or this is really an answer to my prayer. So I put my name in there. I called and I got a call back. And immediately I felt this sense of peace that I knew what I was supposed to do. And then I started researching and everything like that. I signed up, I did all that. And then everything kept me up. I had this insatiable desire to learn, to continue to figure out what that next step was. I was, writing stuff down. I was charting my journeys. I was doing all this, and it literally would keep me up at night. I could not ingest enough because it felt so right. Mm-hmm. It felt so right for me. When I shared it with people, they were like, oh, definitely, and I had this, and every time I turned around, it was something else. And then there was another opportunity that presented itself. And then I also, in all of that, no desire to start a business. My goal when I got out of the military was to find a GS job and to, do that. Mm-hmm. This was never in my plan.
Right.
And then I started getting this desire to start a business. I kept hearing start a business, start your business, start your business, start your business. I'm like, I don't even know anything about this. I don't know what I'm going to do, what the name is. So I started researching. You guys know that my mother does small business, help start small business startups. I never consulted my mother, never once called her. I did everything on my own because I was so driven. This thing that was keeping me up, I was so driven to do it. So I went through the entire process by myself. I have notes where I wrote out all the names and what I was going to do. And every time, I didn't even know anything about starting a business. And every time I did something in me was like, you need to do this, you need to do that. And I went through the whole process. And lo and behold, I needed that. I didn't know it at the time because I was like, I don't even know. I never launched it, never did anything with it. It was there. Mm-hmm. But because I paid attention to what kept me up at night.
That's right.
What was that driving thing, those small voices that I heard, my intuition, my whatever. I acted on them. Mm-hmm. Again, when the opportunities presented themselves, I was ready. I had everything ready. It's like, do you have this? And I'm like, yep, got that. Yep, got that. Yep, got that. Got the bank account, the whole 9. And everybody's like, what? And I was like, they never would believe me when I said I had no intentions of doing this. Mm-hmm. But when my purpose kicked in and I started, finding my why, finding my purpose, figuring out why I was waking up so eager to, give somebody else what I had gotten. And it kept me up at night to make sure that I was continuing to do all of the things that needed to be done.
Right.
It was just like everything was just falling in place. I
understand.
So when you start finding your why and your purpose, you'll find that it keeps you up at night. Mm-hmm. And you need to listen to yourself, trust yourself, that if this thing is bothering me this much, I probably need to act on it.
Correct.
And act on it before the opportunity goes away.
That's
right.
We
don't know how much time we have. Mm-hmm. So that thing that keeps you up at night, think about it. Take the time to think about. Has there ever been a time where something just nagged me so much that I was supposed to do, that I couldn't sleep. I couldn't do anything. And then the other thing was, I learned that when I had these ideas, you know, I couldn't get up and think. So I would get my my voice recorder, and all of those things that were in my mind at night that wouldn't allow me to sleep, I would put it in my voice recorder. My brain said, okay, you've captured it, and it allowed me to sleep. But it also created a map for me to start working, to do what I was supposed to do. And then I had this journey, this checklist of things that I just started knocking off. And like I said, all of it served me when I listened to myself, to what was keeping me up at night, what I woke up anxious to do every single day.
No, I can dig that.
My why was, so.
I can dig that. I think when it comes down to waking up, and I've had 2 situations myself, but so the first one was my book, and I knew that I wanted to write a book, but I don't believe I was serious enough to actually do it until I was waking up right at night. And then I realized that what my calling was to write that book was more important. Watch this, ladies and gentlemen. It was more important than my own sleep. Yes. It sounds crazy because my body was able to function off that burning desire. And then it dawned on me that the book and the purpose behind the book was bigger than who I was. So that's what it's almost like you have something within you. Some people call it God. Some people call it just that burning desire. Whatever it is, watch this. It knows more about you than you know about you. Hopefully you guys are understanding and picking up what I'm putting down. Yes. You have a level of intelligence that knows more about you than you know about you. So that edge is saying, hey, yo, nope, get up, you tripping. Get up, you tripping. And it's not just even about the things that you need to do. You can be waking up like myself when it comes down to things that I don't need to do. Right. I mean, seriously, think about it. So that was one situation with the book. But the other situation was when I would be awakened by a desire to be better than the version of me from yesterday. Right. So keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, you are not in competition with anybody. I don't know who is still in the military right now, but those strats mean Nathan. You understand what I'm saying? What really matters is you being the best version of you and you creating other individuals to help enable them to be better versions of themselves, not many yous. You dig it? So I would wake up in the middle of the night and say, whoa, boom, I was tripping last night or yesterday. Nope, I know what I did wrong. Let me go after it. You understand what I'm saying? So, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have to keep that in mind. It's things that can push you and keep you up because, watch this, when you're sleeping, you're wasting time. Look, and I'll be real quick because I want to pass it back to you. Check it out. The thing is, you don't know what part of the line you're at. You dig what I'm saying? Look, watch this. It can be, and I'm talking about to the good book, right, where your name is written. It might be 1 million people in front of you. It might be 300, and it might be 2. But the deal is that you have the opportunity to be the best version of yourself today. And guess what? You can't do Chinese cuts, right? You can't, go back and forth. No, you can't do that because when it's your time, it's your time. Can y'all dig it? So when you have that desire to wake up, get on up. You ever seen those posts? People say, I don't know why I'm up to date. Fool, think about it. Right? Hey, look, I don't know why I just woke up in the middle of the night. That means you need to be doing something, right? You remember on Color Purple, God's trying to tell you something? God is trying to tell you something. Hey, listen, if you're on your main line, when you go answer the phone, you understand?
Yes.
Let me quit. All right, but what you think?
I said there's a couple things that when you said, there's this saying that all cells have intelligence, right? We were born full of resource with everything that we need to carry out our purpose. And so, like you said, it's something deeper within you that knows more about you, that subconscious, that, thing that you were created for, and it's trying to wake you up and tell you that.
Right.
And you have to listen to that thing. You have to take heed to those things. Like you said, that then there's another saying, Paul Martinelli said it, and I'm not sure if he got it from somewhere else, but he said you have to turn your desire into a burning desire and then an all-consuming desire.
Mm-hmm.
And that, when you get there, nothing can stop you from doing what you want to do, because you're very clear. Typically at that point, you're very clear about what your purpose is.
Absolutely.
And you say, like you said, I woke up, I don't even know why I got up. No, now I'm working.
That's
you
right.
know what I mean? I'm working towards getting me to that goal, because like I said earlier, like you just said, I don't know when my time is.
Right.
But I want to leave here empty.
That's
whenever
right.
that is, that I've given and I've done all that I can, you know, in terms of my purpose, giving back, because it is not for us.
That's right.
That whole connection, you know, we're social beings, and that our purpose is connected to something bigger.
Yes.
There's nothing that happens here in the world that doesn't serve other people.
That's
I
right.
don't know if you know that. People invent stuff. It's not just for them. It's for everybody,
Mm-hmm.
for the greater good of everybody. There's teachers, there's, you know, scientists, there's researchers, there's everything. That stuff is not just for them.
See, and then, ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind, those individuals that are doing things that's not right, it's still a purpose for it. Keep that in mind.
Absolutely.
Like, don't get me wrong. I have said this, and I would be completely honest and transparent. I have said before, and don't judge me. I said, y'all, to myself, this person, I said self, and then myself said, who you talking to? And I said, you know who I'm talking to. And I said, that person over there is a waste of skin. Ain't that out of line, and it's so wrong. But hey, I said to myself, so it's my business. You dig it? But if you think about it, those individuals that are doing things that's not right, the better and a greater good is to teach you what not to do and who not to be like. So there's always a lesson within the actual situation.
So,
Right.
Seth, the other thing too, I deal with people like that, and you be like, why are you acting up so bad?
Right.
Like, what is it? You know, and a lot of my troops and stuff. And I found that a lot of times when those people are acting like that, they're struggling with their purpose.
Absolutely.
They have this inner conflict that they don't know exactly. They have this pull, but there's nobody that has been able to, you know, open their awareness or increase their awareness about trying to find your purpose. So it's like, I'm acting here, or I grew up like this, but I have this pull over here. And then people get frustrated, and then they start acting out, and then they just, you know, do all the, and you're just like, what?
Mm-hmm.
And I found that typically that's not, I'm not saying everything,
Yeah.
okay, not everybody, but a lot of people that go through that. Yes, it's a lesson for you. Sometimes you might, if you listen, you might be the one that's supposed to be there to calm down and say, hey, I'm seeing all these behaviors, and it has to be more to you than that.
Absolutely.
Have a conversation. And I've been able to do that and talk to people and find out that was the thing that was driving them. Like I said, at least the isolation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a symptom of isolation. And it was, I don't know what my purpose is. A lot of the troops that I had that had suicidal ideations or attempts, when I pulled back the onion, we had those conversations. It was, I don't know why I'm here. Why
That's
was
right.
I even created? Like, what is my purpose? Like, I feel like I have no purpose here. So why am I here? Going through all the stuff we're going through in 2020, going through all the stuff that I've been through in my family. It's the struggle with the purpose. So it's a lesson for you, and it could be a lesson for them as well.
Absolutely.
But yes,
Exactly.
so that's just another flip side of it.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. So why waste your time on things or people that don't matter? Choose your positive purpose and look for the good. Absolutely, absolutely.
You have to understand- you have to
But you
know-
know what? Sometimes you have to work with some of those individuals. You get what I'm saying? So you really can't just fake the funk. You got to work with them. But it's a great discussion, ladies and gentlemen. Please make sure you're writing this down. You're sharing this, giving us some likes and everything. That helps, right? That helps build that algorithm as far as the sanity check, because you never know who might need another check in their life. So the next one we're talking about is, when are you most alive? So this question here, it can mean so much in so little words, but so much. But it's a almost invasive question, because that means you are in a way judging not just who you are, but the individuals in your life, if that makes sense. So you're asking yourself, hey, when am I most alive? What is it that I do that really puts a genuine smile on my face. Ladies and gentlemen, do you understand what that means? Do you understand that asking that question, writing that down and reading it to yourself, what that can do for you? And then the next step, watch this, the next step is trying to do it again without the fear of judgment. You understand? Without the fear of judgment. You control your happiness and you control when you are most alive and walking in that, because we can go day to day, every day and just say, dang, I really wish I can go and do this. Now ask yourself, why don't you? Like, who's truly stopping you? The sky isn't the limit, ladies and gentlemen. Your mind is. Well, hey, your mind is, because listen, when it's all said and done, and I hate to sound so morbid, but when it comes down to the time when your days are over, you can't say, hey, I didn't go skydiving because my wife thought it was stupid. Wait, you didn't do what you wanted to do because of what somebody else thought. You feel me? So ask yourself, when are you most alive, and challenge you. I challenge you on today to just write it down and then give yourself a few days to get closer to that. What you think, Camille?
That's so true. And then I would also take that, ask other people, when do you seem alive? Because like we talked about before, we tend to minimize, what that thing. Oh, it's just nothing. Oh, I just like to do this. Oh, I just, and so ask other people. And then after you've done your list, go back and see if there's some areas where they agreed with you.
Yes.
And said this is, and you go, oh, okay. And then you see those connections, to what may be your purpose.
Absolutely.
But I did the same thing. I was like, when do I come alive? They was like, you can be just sitting down one day and then you get up to teach it. It's like a whole nother person. And we're like, oh my God, like, who is this? And so I found that that's what drives me. I love it. When else do I come alive? When I'm dancing. I love to dance. I ain't gonna be no professional dancer. Okay.
Right.
It's my hobby. It is my hobby. But, I come alive when I'm dancing. I hear music and I just be going and I'm just like, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, you dance so good. Like, what do you, and I'm like, I don't know. It was just something in my bones. I would say it's in my DNA. I hear them Afro beats and stuff like that. I can't help but to move, Latin music or whatever. But anyway, back to the real subject. It is really, and it could be that. When do you come alive?
Yeah.
And there's an opportunity even in dancing. I found that even though I'm not the best dancer, people come to me out there and like, can you show me how to do this? Or how do you do that? And then the teaching mode kicks in. And I start teaching them how to dance, or, whether it's girls or guys, I'm out there teaching them bachata, teaching them merengue, teaching them whatever, and teach them what I know. And so we have that opportunity there that even in my gifts, I'm able to use in my hobbies.
Yes.
And yes. I'm feeling alive and people are drawn to that. So, don't minimize.
Right. You can't minimize it. And it made so much sense. And it just brought back something that I have in the book, and the pop reference. Okay. And of course, I go through that, many times before, as far as, what soda and pop actually is. Pop. It ain't soda, right? Stop being country. But the deal is, the pop is your passion. You walking in your passion, what you're passionate about, you will start to see different opportunities. Yes. Right? So when you're working in your passion, you're living. Take that back. If you're living in your passion, is no more work, if you can dig that. Then you start to see different opportunities. And then, ladies and gentlemen, you will see your purpose. So, for example, your purpose, your passion is dancing. Regardless if you can dance good or not, you see opportunities to teach other people. So absolutely. That's your purpose, right?
And that's why I said we can't, these categories. There's so many subcategories. People think about teaching and they automatically think classroom, children, or university. You have an opportunity to teach every day.
Absolutely.
In conversations, I'm always teaching. In my job, I'm always teaching.
Yes.
On the dance floor, I'm always teaching. Wherever I have an opportunity, it just comes because I recognize that. And when people recognize that, you don't know, but they'll come to you. Yeah. So like you said, passion fuels your purpose.
Yes.
That's the energy to get there, to continue to do. And we can't continue to look at it as a one size fits all, that I'm supposed to be, this or teacher and I'm in a classroom. No. I teach on the playground. I teach at the store. I teach, when people are asking me about nutrition, stuff like that, as they're looking, then I'm like, oh, did you know this? And so every opportunity that I have to do that, it just comes naturally and I allow it to.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I allow it to.
You have
I
to
don't stop myself. I allow it to.
And you know what? It's something also that I want people to think about is when you allow, to your point, when you allow those natural things to happen, you will now understand your intentions. You see? So there's some times when we may be doing things, but the intentions aren't as pure, right? It's almost like self-gratification, self-gratifying, and it don't work out the way you think it's supposed to work out. Why? Because you was out of line in the first place. Now look, let's be real. Let's be real, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, this is the sanity check, and this is the day to check your sanity, if you can dig that. So there are times when you're not moving in your purpose and you're not doing what's in line with why you are alive, but you're doing it in the, kind of devious way, and you're just doing things wrong and it don't work out. Why you think it didn't work out? Come on.
Your intentions ain't. Me and my mother have this conversation.
It ain't arithmetic. Hey, it ain't arithmetic. It's common sense. I know it ain't common, but think about it. You are born with something inside of you, but when you minimize that, your outcome is going to be minimal.
Absolutely.
See.
Effort in equals effort out. You know what I mean? That's where your results come from, how much you do. But like I said, me and my mom talk about intentions all the time. And she was telling me that this person was doing, I said, because their intent is not right. And she was like, I said, their intent is not right.
That's right.
And then when we started, like you said, to your point earlier, I'm not in competition with anyone. And I've had to say that to people out loud. I'm not in competition with you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm in competition with me the day before.
That's right.
It. I try to be better every day. And so when people also start trying to compare themselves and they try to be better than the other person instead of operating in the gifts that God has given you, then things go wrong.
Absolutely.
Or if you're doing something, say you have a purpose, but your main goal is doing it for money, it's not going to fail because you're no longer working in your gift. Now you're trying to, let me clarify this, okay? You have to monetize things. Money makes the world go round. That's how we live. But if your intent is solely about money in that thing to where you're doing all kinds of stuff, whatever outside of that, it's not going to work. People are going to see that. So you want to make sure that you check your intent. Am I doing this for the right thing? Because when you're doing it for the right thing, you're operating in it, you're honing your craft, you're gaining the experience and all that stuff, it's going to come to you.
Absolutely.
People are going to they're going to want what you have, and they're going to be willing to pay because at the same time, that kind of energy that we talked about, vibrational energy, that, self-worth and everything like that. When you know what you're worth, people they're going to pay the price to get what you have.
That's right.
And so you don't devalue yourself by minimizing your impact, minimizing your purpose, minimizing your gifts and talents. You do capitalize them on a sense, but not at the expense of people.
Absolutely.
And you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
We have to monetize because that's how we live. You know what I'm saying? But our intent has to be good.
Absolutely.
Has to be good.
And speaking about that, if not, it's not going to work out right. And speaking about that too, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't done so already, please, please, please make sure you click the link below. We have an opportunity to help you all cope through COVID. Okay. And again, this is the link and it's in the comments. All right. Just make sure you go to that or go to the sanity check on the Facebook so you can see all the information there, because the things that we're trying to do, if you can dig this, you're going to be able to dig what we're doing on the 20th. And it is going to be more focused and intimate. So please make sure that you do register, right? We have limited seating, but make sure you register. And so also, too, our lines is open. If you have a comment, which one of these tools or these questions resonate with you? Okay, which one? So you can give us a call. The number is 618-792-6747. I'm going to leave this up for a moment just so you guys can call in. But still, what do you feel as though, pulled on you? Like, okay, you know what? It's time to elevate so you can know what your purpose is. Okay, so you ready for the next one, Camille?
I am.
Okay.
So the next question is, what does being successful mean to you?
That's
All
right.
So to be honest, my my definition of success is different now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I used to think, oh, I had to get a certain job and make a certain amount of money, and then that would make me a success.
Mm-hmm.
I heard Steve Harvey say, this was a quote, and he said, when I stopped trying to be successful and started wanting to live a life of significance, everything changed. Everything changed. And so you define your own level of success.
Mm-hmm.
That is something that you have to reckon within yourself, because some people like, oh, they only make $30,000 a year. You know, they're not successful. But look at the impact that they're having on the lives of the children that they're teaching.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? That is priceless.
Mm-hmm.
That is priceless. So success is your own definition. For me, though, it is that life of significance.
Mm-hmm.
Living out my purpose until I'm not living anymore. Like I keep saying, when I really found what my purpose was, honest to God, and if things keep me up at night, wake me up early in the morning, all this, I want to be empty.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say that, that means that I want to continue to live in the purpose that I was created for until the day I am gone.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And that means continual self-growth with me. So I've had a success. And the other thing is, you know, John Maxwell's success journey.
Mm-hmm.
Success is not a destination. You can't say, you know, oh, I want to be here. Well, what happens when you get there? Are you no longer successful?
That's right.
You know, if you don't go past that, or is that just your pinnacle of success? Is that the lid that you're putting on your life? So success is a journey. Mm-hmm. And I said every time, and I celebrating those small things along the way. You know, I was successful in finding my purpose. I was successful in signing up for the program that I was in. I was successful in starting my business. I was successful in my career. I'm successful in the place that I'm in now. And I continue to have success moments. And I don't want that to be it for me. I want to continue to climb the ladder or continue on the journey of success, that every time I'm doing something, I make an impact where I am, but it just doesn't stop there.
Yes.
So it is living a life of significance, not just a moment in time. And I think that a lot of times, and I'm just going to say this real quick, like a lot of, we say one-hit wonders and stuff like that, you know, or people who were at the height of their career and then they went crashing down, you know, and I think that it's because once they got there, there was no plan for anything else.
That's right.
There was no real plan for anything. Okay, when I reach this, then what?
That's
right.
You
know, you have to keep pushing. And some people think, oh, I've made it.
Hold on.
Okay. And they don't do anything else.
Hold on. So we got a caller in. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I
have to call in and put my 2 cents.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I'm sorry, you guys. I set my alarm for the time change. So anyway, this is my thing. Sanity check has really helped me, Steph and Camille, because I have been pricing my services under scale. Primarily because I was working from home and thought I didn't have the overhead. I was a single person. And Sanity Check made me reevaluate my worth. The next client, and when I finally got it in my brain and said, okay, I can ask for what I'm really worth. I don't have to worry about all this other stuff that I was making excuses about lowering the prices. I put my price out on the line. They said, okay, without hesitation. And they paid me. And I said, okay, that was a lesson learned. I will never underprice myself again, because it really, I think not just the excuses, it really spoke to where I was as far as my worth was concerned. So thank you, Sandy Check. Love you guys.
Love you too. All right.
Bye-bye.
Appreciate it. And yes, no, she's absolutely right. And just being able to understand the difference between your value and your worth. Okay. An individual cannot put a price tag on your worth. That's you. You understand once you understand the value. But to your point and what you were alluding to, understanding what success means to you, for me, success now, and you got to understand, it's not. It wasn't always. I had to learn what it is. For me personally, just based off of my whole molecular structure, success to me is not a finish line. I don't see a finish line. I love the journey. I love the hustle. And I also love being unapologetically authentic. Because when I start to slow down in my run or walk, I want to look back and say, yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
That's it. That's success to me. Yeah. And another thing, what I had to get away from is asking for validation from other people. Hey, was what I did for me successful to you? Who cares? Yeah. Hey,
who cares is the question.
Who cares? And if you don't care, that individual right there is not, look, what they eat is not going to make you, you understand what I'm saying? It's not going to give you waste, if that makes sense. So you have to ask yourself, hey, what does my finish line look like? What checkered flag am I waiting for that's going to validate myself internally, not externally? You see? So I want to be able to say, now, you know what? Yo, you did that. You was able to help individuals. You was able to be true to yourself. You was able to apologize when it came off wrong to certain people, even though that wasn't your intent. And you were still able to love the way you were built to love. You see what I'm saying? Absolutely. To me, that's what success looks like. And so, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening or watching right now, this is what success looks like to you, and you being okay with it. Right. Yeah. I even had to learn that in the military. I thought success was a Firewall 5. I thought success was doing or being deployed and having to get a decoration that said certain things. But in retrospect, that's not success. That's something to kind of show, hey, to someone else how great you are. And if another person never give you that accolade, does that mean you're devalued? Hell no. You see? Now it goes back to the intent. Why did you do what you were doing?
Exactly. And I would say all of those are successes, Seth. All of those. You know, the years that we spent in the military, it was successful. We got out, you know, we made impacts where we were. We serviced the community. We serviced the military. We went over deployed and we crushed it, you know, but our intent was good. And they were successes. And, you know, our I guess, trophy, so to speak, was that retirement. You know what I'm saying? That says, well done. But here's the thing. What's next?
See?
That's not the end of my life.
Right.
So that's not the end of my success journey. It is a journey, but it was a successful moment in time. Excuse me. It was a successful 25 years for me, 21 for you. It was a successful, you know, deployment. It was a successful all of these things. But that is not where my success ends.
And that's the point.
And so that's why we're here, because that burning desire, that burning passion that we have, the purpose that, you know, was given to us before we were even created, it didn't stop in the military.
That's right.
That's not who we are. That was a catalyst or a vehicle to get us to our purpose, because we had a lot of experiences that pulled out all of this
and
stuff.
And it didn't start in the military. Yes. That's another thing. It didn't start in the military either.
It did not.
If
you look back, like he said, that reflection is so important, because you need to look all the way back over your life.
That's right.
And see those things that you've done well, those things that you may not have done so well. A lot of times we spend a lot of money and time trying to be something that we're not supposed to be to you know, please somebody else who ain't living a life that we have to. And wonder why we're so
don't
empty.
Even matter.
It doesn't even matter. And we're so empty. We have to live these lives. So look back at those things. I don't care if somebody told you couldn't do it. If it's what gave you, you know, woke you up and what kept you up at night and what, you know, makes you feel fulfilled, go back and revisit that.
That's right.
Go back and revisit that.
That's
because
right.
That probably is tied to your purpose. It may not be your purpose in a nutshell, but it may be very closely tied to your purpose. So we have to, again, it's a success journey. There are going to be several successful milestones along the way. But once you get to a place, you should have already 3 steps been looking at what's next, even though we can only control the step that we're in, making the next step and then the next step, but knowing that it doesn't stop there.
Absolutely.
So success is continual.
Yes.
And a lot of people think that it's a thing, a destination, a one point in my life, and that's it. Absolutely not. No. Every day I'm successful at something.
And that's the deal. And the first thing is to realize that your first success, going all the way back to the beginning of this show, is waking up in the morning. right? You are successful in that, right? And being able to, and there was a video that I watched that talked about making your bed. Let that be the first thing you complete in the morning, so you can say at the end of the day, hey, at least I made my bed. You understand what I'm saying?
I accomplished something.
Right, you accomplished something, but understand that finish line, or I guess that goal being set, is something that you have done. You understand? So individuals are going to have different views of what success look like. Don't lose sight of your own gaze as far as what success is, because it can detract you from your destination and the road that you're on, because you're looking for someone else to give you that nod, or someone else to say attaboy or attagirl, or show you right. No, because look, you might not ever get that from that person that you think you're supposed to. Look, it could be someone that you grew up with, right on? Somebody that you grew up with that know everything about you, and you getting it, right? You doing things, even though you guys may be on different paths, right? But you want to be successful to get that approval, right? Because there's something inside of you that may be lacking. That's something you have to find out. What is it that's going on? Because we all have different holes, if you will. But the thing is the outside, there's nothing outside of here, your heart and your desires, that's going to fill that hole, right? Once you identify where that hole came from, then the way that you perceive that hole can fill it up. It's not everybody. It's not someone else like, Camille, listen, this is what I'm doing. I'm trying to do this. Is it good? 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 Shut up. You understand? Is it good to you? Is it good to myself? You get what I'm saying? So we got to be cognizant of that, and not to lose track and jump ship.
Yes. And it's also important and that's why it's important to get different views, because you don't know where that person is at. Maybe they can't receive your great.
That's right.
Because their self-image is only good. So nobody else is going to be better than me. There are people that have that. So you have to be careful about those people too.
Yes.
And so you have to kind of, like I said, that you talked about it before, that 360-degree view. Different people at different levels to tell you what that thing is. You know what I mean? So that you don't just get stuck with one person. They dish you or whatever the case is, and now you feel in some type of way.
Yeah.
And the other thing with this is I just want to hit on this, and we don't talk about it, but failure. When we're starting to operate in something or new, or we're honing it, we don't want to fail. We don't want to be embarrassed. We don't want to do anything like that. And so a lady was saying a failure, first attempt in learning. We don't get any of this right. And let me just go back to sanity check. Seth and I started together. Seth was doing something before, but Seth and I started together back in, I think it was May timeframe, April-May timeframe. And look at the difference from when we first started to now. Even with the sponsorship or the intro, the outro, the things like that. You continue to do it and you continue to get better. You're going to fail at some things. There was times when the lighting was wrong. We couldn't hear on the things. I had stuff going on in the background, and you take those, you reflect on them, and you make them better.
Absolutely.
And you continue to hone that craft. Don't be afraid of failure.
That's right.
It's going to teach you what you need to know to be successful.
That's right.
It's going to teach you what not to do anymore. You have to value yourself enough to say, again, I've said it before, but life is a new experience for us every second of the day.
Absolutely.
Every second. We don't know what the next second is going to bring. Accept failure. Use it as a tool to get you to the next successful step.
And also, too, fail quick early on. Hey, look, fail forward fast, but look again, fail quick. Because listen, you got individuals well in their 50s and 60s failing at things that they didn't get right in their 20s. You get what I'm saying? Regardless of what it is. Understand we have different life experiences, right? But in order to get to what you view success is, you have to understand what your failures are. If you understand what I'm saying, when you do fail, and like to a point here, right? Failures hurt my feelings, but fuels my motivation to do better. If you don't use that failure, it's just been there. Watch this. That failure was there to kick you while you was down. So the question is, when you gonna get up from that failure? So you get what I'm saying? And then when you fall forward, picture this. When you fall forward, make sure you fall looking up. So at least you know you can get up. You dig it? Don't fall forward on your face. Picture what I'm trying to say. You understand?
But you gotta know why you fell.
Right.
You gonna trip over that same
that's what I'm
again,
right. That's what I'm saying.
Reflection is so important.
That's what I'm saying.
Understand that it's your first attempt in learning.
Right. That's
so
what
now
I'm saying.
I learned that there was a block there. I
right.
need to step over it or go around it or
right.
Move
That's the deal.
Next time.
That's the deal. So, but you got to understand. You have to understand to be willing to fail and know that it's a place that you can overcome. If that makes sense.
Failure is inevitable.
You have to.
It's part of life. It's part of learning. You never get anything perfect.
Right.
There's no such thing as real perfection.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's always room for growth. There's always room for error. So you have to know that, even sometimes, we're perfect. There was still some room for error, just like gymnastics, right? Mm-hmm. So you look at stuff back in the day, that wouldn't even fly today, but it was a perfect score back then. Mm-hmm. But now they have all these other tricks and stuff that they've come because we've evolved. We've, allowed all these different. So a perfect 10 today is different than a perfect 10 that was 10 years ago. And it's different than a perfect 10 that will be 10 years from now. So there's always room for growth.
And with that, yes. And speaking of that too, with your scores, ladies and gentlemen, and if you're just joining us, you're late. Get your time right. Hey, we're here at 9:00 Central, Saturday, 10 o'clock Eastern on Saturday.
But you can hashtag replay.
Right. Yeah. You can replay this because it's some good stuff. But when she was talking about the scores, listen, ladies and gentlemen, the scores that you made 10 years ago won't do nothing for you today if you're still playing that same game. You can't do that, ladies and gentlemen. Now, look, it might have worked in the 80s, right on, but understand where we are today. So the same passion, yes, but not the same play. So you don't want to continuously use the same things over and over because sooner or later it will fail. You will fail in that. However, change the game yourself. Don't let the game change you. If you understand what I'm saying. Yes, it is.
Growth is constant.
Yes, it's
There's
about
not a
that.
one time, because like you said, the information that you received in 1980 is probably changed. They probably found some more things and things have evolved and you have to be with the times. So it's not a one-time thing. It is a constant quest for, that burning desire.
Absolutely.
And that burning desire, knowing the impact now, I know that, if I meet someone else or 3 years down the road, there's going to be other information that comes out and I have to be with it or else I'm going to fail. This will no longer be as impactful as it is right now. Absolutely. And so you have to constantly, if that thing that's burning, it's going to constantly keep you in the books. I promise you, it's going to keep you in the books. It's going to keep you on the internet. It's going to keep you investing in yourself. Mm-hmm. I've paid thousands and thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars in my personal growth. Doing certifications, going to different schools, doing different workshops, things like that, because it's important for my purpose.
Absolutely.
This burning desire that I have that keeps me up at night, it also keeps me investing in myself.
Absolutely.
Monetarily, with my time, with my energy.
That's right. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we go, we have a few minutes left, but we want to put the next one on you. Okay? No, on the audience. Yeah, you're right. We're putting the next one on the audience, right? So what can you do to make a difference in one person's life today, right? And let us know that you're digging this question, because now this is accountability. This is true accountability. And it's also letting us know we ain't wasting our time, going an hour and a half, giving y'all this sweet juiciness, and you ain't doing nothing with it. Okay? So, Camille, let me ask you, what do you think, or what can you do to make a difference in one person's life today, if you haven't done so already?
so it is on me.
Mm-hmm.
No, but I always say, you know, when you see somebody without a smile, give them yours.
Mm-hmm.
It costs nothing to show kindness.
Mm-hmm.
And so what can I do in someone else's life today? I can be kind.
Mm-hmm.
I can show them a smile when there may be none nowhere else. And that's something that costs me absolutely nothing.
Right.
And so, of course, I can do so much more, you know, in terms of helping people, calling people, checking up. But it's the simple things. It's the little things. That stranger that you wave at, you know, that person that you help with the groceries at the grocery store, that if that tall guy goes and reaches up something that somebody else can't get. So those are the types of things that I like to do every day. But I do a lot more on a day-to-day basis. But those are the simple, easy things that seeing somebody else reciprocate your smile, and it does something mentally.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you smile at a person and they may be like this and then they go, oh, and they smile back. Mm-hmm. There's a whole lot of stuff that is going on in their minds that allow them to do that. And you literally shift the environment or shift their attitude, because you have to have an attitude shift to smile when you're not feeling so good.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What about you? What can you do?
I think today what I can do, since I'm a stickler, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes down to customer service, right? So what I'm going to do today, what I think I'm going to do today is to let a person know when they're giving superb service, if that makes sense, right? Because you know, you never know what a person is going through, and they are doing their job for money, but they don't do their job to, you know, to get your bad attitude. So if I come in contact with an individual today, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to deliberately look for that person. That's another thing. I'm going to deliberately look for a person that's giving great customer service and say, hey, you know what? I appreciate that customer service. Now, I'm not going to go back and bash somebody else back in the day, because I was like, listen, your friend yesterday was out of line, and next time I see her, I'm going to run over. I ain't going to do that, right? But what I am going to say is today, I appreciate you and what you're doing. So,
Seth,
yes.
Go a step further.
What's that?
Because a lot of people get raises based on the customer feedback.
Mm-hmm.
So don't just tell them. Write a customer feedback note, or tell a manager, where's your manager? And let the manager know that this person has given you great customer service and they should be recognized.
Baby steps. Baby steps. No, I'm challenging me. So that's baby steps.
And that's for other people too.
Yes,
if you guys are on the same thing and you like customer service, it's great to tell a person. It's better to show them.
Yes.
And that is by way of those customer comment cards or their managers, because they don't get paid a lot of money oftentimes stocking shelves. You know what I mean? But that is the stuff that they look for when in terms of
raises
or giving them raises and things like that. So just something to think about. You know.
Oh yeah, I can dig it. And again, I know my own you know, my bandwidth, right? I like to do things, boop, and go on by my business. So, because what I don't like is when I do things with pure intentions and then someone else kind of minimize it afterwards. You see what I'm saying? So the first step on today, I'm going to let somebody know eye to eye. I'm not going to do it subliminally. I'm going to look them dead in the eye and say, look, right on. I appreciate what you're doing.
I'm
today.
not minimizing.
You know,
I'm just saying, for those who want, you know, who do, we have to have those things. Simplicity, yes, is key.
Yes.
Ask a friend today what I can do to help.
Yes.
Like I said, smile. It costs me nothing. You know, but I'm doing stuff like that, and it's just to another perspective for other people who may want to do something like that.
Oh, yeah.
That's very important for people in customer service.
Most definitely. And also tip. Yeah, you can also tip. You know, you can tip a person, and, you know, even if they're not in a restaurant, if they do something like, hey, look, here you go. I appreciate you. Absolutely. You get what I'm saying? Anything that you can do if you want to take it a step further, right? Because me personally, just being able to let that person know that they're doing a great job, that's a huge step for me, because I'm used to so much. And maybe because I'm expecting it too. Maybe I'm expecting subpar, you know, customer service. And when I get it, I'm like, but when it's great, I want to celebrate that. All right. So I'm challenging myself to celebrate someone's great customer service today. But ladies and gentlemen, if you also want to, you can celebrate our customer service because we have an opportunity for you to join our webinar. All right. And we're helping individuals cope through COVID. So make sure you do that. It's okay. And it's a great opportunity for you to get involved and you to learn something. And if you feel as though someone else can, feel free to sponsor them. Sponsor a friend, sponsor a subordinate, an airman or whatever, because you never know what someone is going through. Seriously.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yep. So we have to challenge ourselves too, Sunita, you know, to go this step. I'm making this baby step, but I'm also intentional about what the next step is going to be. Mm-hmm. Growth, you know, mm-hmm. opening our awareness, creating that journey. And that's how we get there. We don't just stop at a hello, but maybe next time we say, how can I help you?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so, you know, that's what we're here for, to just throw this stuff out here and, you know, making a difference in people's lives. And sometimes it's finding their need, not just what we're comfortable with.
Yes.
That was for you. I'm just kidding.
No, it's okay. No. Hey, and look, hey, you know what? Check this out. It's going to be okay. It's going to be all right because I'm going to give that person a good high five and keep it pushing.
I'm proud of you for the first step.
Yeah.
That's out of your comfort zone. That's huge.
Yeah, it is huge because I know what I can do and I know what I can't. Yeah. At the time, you know, at the time. But again, and this is continuous growth, ladies and gentlemen, it's continuous growth in doing what you want to do. Hey, shout out. Thank you, ma'am. And she says she will sponsor someone else. Yes. And ladies and gentlemen, please do so. This is a great time to do this. And I'm especially happy with the direction that we all are moving in. We're moving into a healing process, if that makes sense. So it's imperative that we align each other with good information, true and right information, right? That celebrates love, growth, and development with sanity. Okay? Because understand what insanity is y'all know what it is, don't you? Camille, what was your definition of insanity?
I don't know.
You don't know? All right. Well,
I just normally say doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result.
Yeah.
You know, insanity, but I probably said something crazy before. I don't know.
Well, thank you all for. But seriously, ladies and gentlemen, we're in a time right now when waking up in the morning and having these affirmations is important because, like we said in the description, what you surround yourself with or listen to or read within the first 20 minutes of your morning is going to guide the rest of your day. It could, right? So it's important for you to know, hey, this is what I want to say to myself this morning. Hey, you are great. And when was the last time, watch this, when was the last time you genuinely smiled? Genuinely smiled. And go back to that. Say, yo, I want to do that again today. It's okay. You know, find time and make time for you. What you think, Camille?
I mean, absolutely. You know, it's just that I genuinely smile every day. I have taught myself and conditioned myself to find the good in every single day. Mm-hmm. So I wake up looking for the little moments, you know, that I can smile or laugh at and things like that. I mean, it's really, really important for setting your mood for the day. You know, really, really important to setting because when you're happy already and you're full, even when something comes along that may be a little bit more devastating, you have more in your tank to, you know, kind of really, what is the word I'm looking for? Bounce off of, you know, it doesn't hit you as hard.
Yeah.
Because you're already full. When you're empty, something else comes, you're like, oh, you know, working on fumes now. So I try to look for something in every single day that I can be happy for. So even when I'm sad, I have moments and then I'm like, you know what, but I still have life. Mm-hmm. You know what? Oh, thank you. I still have all of these things that are going for me. And so I can't lose sight of that I'm still here. I'm still happy. I'm still whole. And so I am genuinely happy for that.
So
I have one more thing after you say, I'm going to let you say it, but I have one last thing I want to leave them with before we go. I know we have a minute and some, but go ahead.
No, so go ahead.
As we talk about this, finding your purpose and everything like that, I just want to say this very quickly. It's important. Some of you may have heard, you know, what is your life sentence? What do you want your life to look like? If there was only one thing that somebody can write about you when you were gone, what do you want that to say? And when you have a clear idea of what that is, your life will align, your actions will align to get you there. So if you want to live a life of significance or purpose, the things that you do, and that is in your mind, the things that you do will line up so that you live a life of significance. So as we're thinking about this purpose and everything like that, you also want to have that in the forefront of your mind so that you, everything in you, your energy, your mind, and everything will work towards that. So I challenge you guys to do that as well. Make a difference in somebody's today. And then also, what is the last line that you will want somebody to say about you? What is your life's purpose, your life sentence? So.
Right. And that is good. That is real good. So, and this is one thing I do want to say, and just kind of throwing this out there, ladies and gentlemen, if you are still there before we wrap this on up, and I want to ask you too, Camille, what do you think if we had the opportunity to have the sanity check on a channel, like on a Roku channel? Do you think that would be something good, right, as far as getting that exposure? What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? What do y'all think? You know, what
I would
think?
say yes. I mean, the more people that get this, from the feedback that, you know, you guys have given us, is that it's really helping you, you know, with life challenges or challenging your thinking, your perspectives, which is ultimately going to change your life. And we don't want to just keep it for a small audience. So I would say if the opportunity is available, I think that it would be a great opportunity to give what we have to the world. Again, our purpose is not for us. Yes. This is not just for you and I. Mm-hmm. You know, it's for all the people that we're supposed to impact. So, yes. You know, for me, I would say, yeah.
So, so ladies and gentlemen, just let us know. Give us some hearts. You know what I'm saying? What do you guys think? Do you think that that would be a good opportunity? I think we have the capabilities and we have enough, or not enough, there's never enough love, but I think we have the love and the need to get this out there. So if you guys think that would be a good experience for the sanity check, please let us know. We're toying with it, you know what I'm saying, right now, but of course, you guys, ladies and gentlemen, you're the reason why. Hey, you are the reason why we do what we do. So with that, we do want to say thank you and stay sane. Huh?
Got lots of hearts.
Yes, well, good. And we love it. But we want to say thank you for being involved this morning and challenge yourself to move with purpose. Okay, move with purpose. And we will see you guys soon. Next week, right on, same time. Don't forget, make sure your time is right. Okay, make sure your time is right.
We fell back a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, a couple of weeks. Now, if you ain't got it right now, get it together. Anyway, we're going to see y'all soon. Okay, later.
Bye-bye.